Hello, I'm back to talk about my 46th song, There's Only Peace, which was written January 12th, 1997, and ended up on my album Journeys. I know that this one happened in one day. It was only one track, and I think I just recorded it in one or two takes maybe. Originally it was only one track, it's more now, but the original version was a 6.5-minute oversized journey, and no, that is just too long, I condensed it down. I really had to play producer on this one, so I went from 6.5 minutes to about 3.5 minutes in this version on the album Dreamscape. And I just found that so much of it was repetitive, so much of it just went nowhere. It was really just me playing around and saying, that's a song. And that's the kind of thing you do when you're an immature songwriter, when you don't know what you're doing, and you just take it too far, but you're not a good enough producer to edit yourself. And now I'm a good enough producer to edit myself. It's hard sometimes because you get so caught up in the nostalgia and what the song means to you, and that you did everything for a reason, and it's hard to cut things sometimes. With this one, it was easy. I almost cut too much. But I added a couple of extra synthesizers to kind of bring out the point of the song. Originally, I was thinking about it from an underwater perspective, but really it's more of a space perspective. Really, the only place that you can find absolute peace, I would think, would be space. Because if you're in the water, you've got fish, you've got weather. If you're in the sky, you've got weather, you've got birds. If you're in the mountains, you've got wildlife, you've got elemental elements of the weather. There's really nowhere you can go on Earth and have complete peace. So I started thinking about it. I'm like, well, where could you go and get that? Well, I mean, it's not easily maintainable, but one place that it probably exists, if anywhere, would be space. So that's really what the song is about. But the sound that I used, which was just a synthesizer, while it was more of a warm pad type synthesizer, it didn't really bring out those elements of space. It was a little too warm. It needs a little bit of an edge, some depth to it. So I added a couple of additional tones to it to help bring that out and make it a little more spacey. But it was a tough one because I had to do it, but it was an easy thing to do in this case. There's other songs where I've cut out parts. I'm like, God, I wish I didn't have to do this, but it's just too repetitive. It just doesn't serve the song to have this in there. I cut this song almost in half. So that really tells me that my writing that particular day anyway was a little bit obtuse. And my judgment on the song was a little bit off, thinking that it really served it well to be that long, because it doesn't. I think 3.5 minutes is about right. I think the addition of the other sounds to kind of enhance the depth of what I was going for was the right thing to do. And I'm very happy with this version. I hope that you guys enjoy it and drift off to the stars.